All right, good morning. It's Monday morning. All right, so it's been a few hours. As you just saw, just ended up cleaning this pad off so that I could start pulling things over here and working on them. All right, just hooked up to our landscape trailer. So let's pull it over there and see what's going on with this. All right, so I got the trailer over here. So the first thing I normally do is just give it a good walk around and then kind of flash the lights. Make sure that they're all working good. Make sure the tires are holding air. Just give it a general good walk around. Make sure everything's functioning properly before I even start tearing into it at all. So this trailer appears to have air in all the tires and all the lights look like they work. So let's go ahead, open it up, see what's going on in the inside. I can't really remember if I left it organized or if it's all a mess. All right, so it's a little bit of a mess. So we'll go ahead and take everything out and see what we can do to improve it and organize everything the best we can. All right, just got most things cleaned out. I'm gonna leave this for last most likely because it's kind of just the catch-all. And I'll see where we have space to put that stuff, and then I'll have to go through these bins. But got the tools organized. We always have some extra sprinkler pipe because you never know when you're gonna hit something. Blower, weed whacker, and bed edger. And then we got all our screed holes for pavers, and then our attachments for our combi system. I'm gonna go through and see what makes sense. I'm considering making shelves in the front instead of having these bins, because this bin has like concrete bags and grass seed and stuff like that. It's poly sand, and this bin here is downspout fittings. So we have a bunch of extra wood now from previous projects, so I'm considering kind of making a shelf go straight across, kind of like the top one, and making two bins that we could put the stuff in and we'd actually see it, and then we could just have the paver bin, which is right here. So that has all our paver supplies and everything like that, tools that we take out for paver jobs. So I could leave that. But I'm thinking that might be my best bet to be able to organize it without collecting a bunch of stuff around it like it normally does. And it be underneath the front. So I think that's gonna be my next project to do in here. But for the most part, it's not too bad. We just I gotta go through what tools we have in there and have maybe like 3 of each. Because in the beginning of the season, we normally don't have a lot of extra guys. And right now I'm looking at least 4 or 5 rakes. More than that, actually. No, there's like 5 on this and then 2 there. So we're just overstocked on tools in here. And that happens when we grab stuff out of the truck and then we grab stuff out of the trailer, and then it all gets put back into this trailer instead. So yeah, I guess I'll start taking that stuff out and finding some wood to make a shelf. Figured out. So something sort of like this. And then what I'm gonna do is put this piece here, screw that, and then I'll put another piece up in the corner on each side to hold it tight. And then I should be able to split this in half and have the big side be downspout fittings and the small side be a couple bags of Quikrete in the corner. Because we normally don't keep a ton on hand, but it's just where like the half bags go when we're done with the job. And then on this side, I can put the whole brick paver case right up in front, because the goal, since we have the Ditch Witch this year, the mini skid steer, we had it for half the year last year, but we didn't really prepare to have it because it took till August to get, is to leave this middle open so that we can haul that to jobs in this trailer. So the more space I can have in the middle, the better. Alright, so this is what I came up with. Nothing fancy at all, just kind of for function and time savings. So I put a couple pieces in here so that this is solid, this is solid, and then I have this whole open space for a nice big bin to go here. So hoping to put, like I said, some downspout fittings here, odds and ends, heavier materials that don't really need to go anywhere, can stick there, and then nothing will spill. I changed my mind pretty quick when I started putting the Quikrete in, so I switched sides. No big deal, but that was all. It's much easier to grab anything heavy because I can kind of get underneath here and grab it, whereas the lighter stuff I can reach further since this is above it. So that's the general idea, because that took care, normally it was this whole thing because those two bins, and now they fit in this one corner, and I can put the paver bin here. Making pretty good progress. I added 2 more hooks so that we can have the pitchforks lower because they're a taller head, or whatever you want to call it. And then I got the 2 flat rakes that we use for our base to keep the stones with the fines together, because if you use just rakes like this, then you separate the stone from the fines. And then I got the shovels here, the spade shovels, and the flat shovels and bed edging shovels together. And then I went ahead and threw that on top of the fittings because there isn't really a good place to put that right now. I added the buckets in with the other stuff so that I can just pull those out and grab anything we need, because both things in here we generally don't need to grab, because it's, if we're going to do a downspout job or drainage job, we're going to buy what we need for that job. This is kind of just like anything we need that comes up on a job. So it's just like, oh, you need a spare part, it's there. So it's not like it's something we're grabbing every day. Still have to figure out what I'm doing up here, because that's kind of a mess. And then I got my paver kit here with the laser, hand tampers. Still a couple extra things here. I want to make something to hold the levels there because I like that there, but they're obviously not going to stay. I got the cinder block here that we use for the tongue of the trailer when we're jack. So, and then I stuck the cones in the top of that. So now the next project is I want to put a 2x4 kind of like that standing up around these gas cans, because we have the diesel can and then a regular gas and mixed gas that we always have with us. Alright, so that worked out pretty well. I split the boards like that, which actually worked out good because the floor kind of curves down towards the gate. And I was able to put this one on the inside to hold this tighter, and then these hold tight. So that actually worked out really good. So now those won't go anywhere. And they're right by the blower and right by the door so that you can easily grab them. So I'm liking that there's still an aisleway. So really I just have the 2 wheelbarrows, the tamper, the brooms and the garbage can to figure out. I just got to figure out where I'm putting the rest of this stuff. So once there's the ditch switch in here, I can move those and put them in the bucket of the ditch switch or whatever. But we'll start from the beginning. I'm sure something will change, but as of right now, this is the setup I'm rolling with for 2023. So I got the broom right here at the back, broom and blower together, because that'll be the last thing that you use at each job. Gas cans like I showed earlier. Got the sod kicker. Got the 4 pitchforks with the sprinkler pipe behind, because like I said, it's just in case you hit something and you need to repair. It's not like we're taking this trailer for a sprinkler job. And then we got the flat rakes, the regular rakes, the spade shovels, flat shovels with the bed edgers, and then I got the shelves up, or the kind of bins up front with the saw on top of the fittings, and then any sort of miscellaneous extra materials. And then I got the GeoGrid here, and then the brick paver kit, 2 wheelbarrows, got the trash can there, and it's bungeed so it shouldn't move. Hand tampers, and then we got the racks here with the pins and the screed bars, and then I put these 2x4s here to hold all the levels in, and then they're attached there. And then I got the cones here, which is again at the end of the trailer because it's one of the last things you're going to put back or take out. So we got plenty of space in the middle here for any additional supplies for a special job or something where we're doing a downspout job, so we need to grab a couple rolls or whatever. We have extra area for material, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I'm hoping it kind of stays like this. Last year it actually stayed pretty well organized throughout the year, and now this year I made even more improvements, so I'm hoping it works out. Got the 8.5 by 16, I believe, trailer, and then the dump truck. Normally this truck will most likely be pulling this trailer, and this truck generally takes the flatbed with our track skid steer if we're doing a full install. So that's what we're rolling with. Pulled our sprinkler trailer over here. So this is this trailer that we bring to every single sprinkler install job. Here's our pipe puller. So we're gonna go ahead. This trailer shouldn't really be unorganized at all. It should really, because this always goes here, and then any extra rolls of pipe kind of go on the sides. So I'll go. So this is the trailer for sprinklers. Like I said, I probably won't even change much. Just got to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. But pretty much the way we have it set up is all of our wire is kind of in this general area. It was supposed to all be on here, but there's so many different scenarios where you need different strands of wire. And then got the ladder, tools by the door, and then here is our fitting storage rack. So we have it all labeled on what they are. We use all poly pipe up here in Michigan. I know a lot of people are against poly, but in the north that's just what you use. You don't use PVC because of the winters. So yeah, this is our setup. So it's a beefier enclosed trailer. Can hold more weight. The other one is just meant for tools basically, or lawnmowers originally, but now we kind of backed out of lawns a little bit and do more landscaping. So hooked up to our 550, and then I'll get back at it tomorrow.